I feel like it's very tricky because, like, low-key, I thought you were love bombing me.
Love bombing?
I definitely did.
That's
When
crazy.
when, like, we first got together, like, you were laying it on pretty thick.
I am thick. What do you want from me?
I can't help that.
Got thick thighs and a fat ass. And we are black. Welcome to the Meant to Be, the last podcast you'll ever need. I am your host, Marvin, and with me, as always, we have the love of my life, Rachel Williams. Say hi to the people.
Hello, people.
There we go. All right. Today, we are talking red flags, yellow flags, and green flags.
Woo!
Exactly. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Yeah. Because everything isn't always black and white, we're going to dig deeper
Well.
and discuss. We're not always black and white, we're black, white, and red all over. Comedy people, that's what you came to see.
That was a good one.
All right, so we're going to dig deeper and discuss when a red flag can be green and vice versa. Before we get into that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share this video. And while you're at it, comment below what's your number one red flag. Let's wake it up, chat. All right, let's start with the honeymoon phase. Daily grand gestures. It's early on. Red flag, green flag.
For, like, a daily gesture?
Yeah.
What would constitute a daily gesture?
I don't know, just daily grand gestures.
Daily grand gesture?
Yeah, like a grand gesture. We just started dating and here I am love bombing you.
I feel like it's very tricky because, like, low-key, I thought you were love bombing me.
Love bombing?
I definitely did.
That's crazy.
When, like, we first got together, like, you were laying it on pretty thick.
I am thick. What do you want from me?
I can't help that.
Got thick thighs and a fat ass.
I smack it every day. That was the hardest thing was I had to, like, decipher if you were love bombing me or not. Like, I was excited because I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is, like, all over me and, like, constantly wants to talk to me. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's all over me and wants to talk to me. Like, is this like a plan? Is this a plot? So, like, at first it was kind of like red flaggy until I, like, did my research on you and
Research?
just
Those be doing research.
just seeing that was just, like, how you are as, like, a person, period. Like, when I spoke with, like, your family or your friends and, like, realized that that's just who you are. You're very, like, with, like, the people that you're very caring for, you're very, like, lovey-dovey with.
I've got a lot of love to give.
Yeah.
One man.
So I was nervous at first, but then it was, like, green flag when it was, like, all going well because I have been love bombed before where it was very immediate and, like, within the first couple of weeks, like, love bomb, love bomb, love bomb, like, in my face. And then all of a sudden it was, like, all taken away. And they were like, oh, actually, like, I don't think we should date and I don't want to be with you. And my job is my priority and this is my priority. And I was like, oh, okay, just say you don't like me. Just say that. I'd rather hear that than, like, oh my gosh, I want to marry you. Like, I've had people literally be like, yeah, I'm going to marry you. And then, like, that not happen. And then this one said it like a week.
Girl, I'm going to marry you.
Okay. You said it like a week into us dating. So I was, like, nervous and I was like, oh my gosh, like, does he mean it though?
Okay, like I
He meant
did mean it, but that was comedy right there. If you say things like that in the right moments, it's funny. And that was kind of funny.
How was saying I'm going to marry you funny?
Girl, I'm going to marry you.
Okay.
That's funny. But I do think there are like levels to love bombing. Like if it's genuine, like I am, then it's fine because it's just someone showing the love the way they are. Because I feel like I give a lot of love because I'd like to receive a lot of love. So that's just my tit for tat. But if someone's like trying to trap you and they're doing all these things, trying to be real tactical with it, then yeah, that's definitely a red flag.
Yeah, that's why I was just nervous because I was like, is this a tactic or is this like a serious thing? Because I'm a very like upfront, lovey-dovey person too. Like I like to give a lot of love as well. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm immediately very loving as a person. And, I was nervous that I was like, oh, is he doing it like for pure reasons or not? So then that made me like, I like clammed up for a second because I didn't want to like put it all out there yet until I knew for sure that I was like, okay, this is not a tactic. He means it. Because, girls begin, especially girls, I feel like. Guys, I feel like it's a little different. Girls don't love bomb as much as guys love bomb, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been love bombed, but I know, like I said, that's just how I am.
Yeah.
But, I think it depends on the person. Because I know you and I, from the moment we met, we've just been like talking nonstop. But I've
Yeah.
had other relationships where I've hit my limit and I'm like, I don't feel like talking anymore. And I just don't. Or I respond a lot less than I would. But like for you, I gave you energy because you were
Yeah.
giving me energy. And this
Heck
was
yeah.
something that I wanted and wanted to pursue.
Yeah. So I feel like initial grand gestures in the beginning, green flag, just be wary,
Mhm.
ladies and gents. Just make sure that it's not like tactical
Yeah.
plan plotted.
All right. Now, let's say you guys are getting hot and heavy, but they say that we need to slow it down a little bit. So if they say that I respect your pace, then, take little digs or they're a little mad or give a little attitude about it, like here and there.
No, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
That's a red flag. If you're like hot and heavy at first and you're all in, and then all of a sudden there's two different ways to think about this. If somebody pulls out, didn't mean it like that.
Wow.
If somebody like pulls back and becomes reserved all of a sudden, okay, well, why is that happening? Like, talk to me why you want to, pull back a little bit. Like, and if they can't give like a full reason, or it's just kind of like bullshit, honestly, then that's when I would be like, okay, so you're pulling back because you're trying to find an out. And now you're giving me attitude, or now you're giving me a certain type of behavior that would warrant me wanting to break up with you because you want to look like the good person and not be the one dumping. You'd rather just be like, oh, no, well, she called it. It wasn't even on me. And I tried all what I could do. No, like, I definitely feel like that's a red flag if, like, somebody for no reason is just kind of like, let's pull back. Let's, like, lessen this. Cause then it's like, why? Like, if we're already doing well, if we're already doing good, if we already have our flow, why wreck the flow with something that could then potentially, like, make you guys break up?
Well, see, I saw that from a completely different perspective. So, like, let's say we're like moving in a good direction, getting all sexual and stuff, but then you're like, hey, we're moving a little too fast. And then I'm like, I respect that. But then I'm like, well, what the hell? Why don't we just do something, It's what all the cool kids are doing.
So you took it as, like, you're the person receiving the "let's pull back," and I'm the
Yeah,
person
that's
that's
the way
acting.
I took it.
Ah.
Because I know, like, I feel like I can't remember. I might have been in situations where it's like, we're moving too fast or anything like that. And that's a perfectly valid reason for just wanting to pull back. But I think it does warrant a
Yeah,
conversation where you're able to see, like, what makes you want to pull back. Maybe it's we're not going in the same direction. Maybe you have some trauma that you're still holding on to or
yeah.
anything along those lines.
That's why it's like, it just warrants a conversation. If the person isn't willing to have a conversation, then it's not then that is like, okay, well, then that's a red flag. But if it is something where somebody needs to pull back because it's moving too fast and it's too much on them for their reasons, just give me that reason. And then like you said, I'd be respectful and be like, okay, like, if that's the pace you're willing to go at, but you're still willing to work at this, then I'll respect that. If it's something that you completely just want to back out of and you're saying like, cause then sometimes too, people could be like, well, like, let's just go back to being friends and like building towards a relationship and then we'll get there when we get there. Then it's like, no. Me personally, I don't waste my time with that stuff.
Yeah, respect boundaries and consent and sexy is all that. So yeah,
Consent is sexy.
consent is very sexy. All right, so I think for that we want to make sure that we're keeping some steady effort. Be a little bit of flexible when it comes to pacing. Make sure that you're, I guess, name what you're looking for explicitly, like in the beginning, like I like to text every day, or I like this, I like that, and then definitely don't like out when someone sets a boundary. You gotta really respect and listen to what your partner wants if it's something that's worth pursuing. All right. So from intensity to safety, I don't want to get confused on that. So sharing your location, red flag, green flag.
I feel like it's a green flag. Like, sharing your location, it can be a red flag if the person is controlling or like abusive.
Mhm.
But in like our instance, like, we share our location. It's not because I need to know where you're going. It's because I want to make sure you're safe. And and then like, if I'm home before you are from work, then you text me like, hey, when I get closer, can you make me dinner? And I'll be able to like check your location, be like, okay, he is like 10 minutes away. Let me pop the meal prep in the microwave and like get that ready for, like things like that. It's healthy for sure. Yeah, as long as you're not like stalking your person. Cause there's honestly my thing, and this might just be a me thing, and that's okay. That's okay if it's not you. If I feel like I have to go on a person's phone, see where they're at, anything like that, I shouldn't be with that person. I don't wanna be with you. If I always have to feel like I'm looking over my shoulder to know what you're doing, that's not a healthy situation to be in. That's not the situation I wanna be in. That's not a good mindset. So for me, it's like if I had one my very first relationship, and I was always on him because, of course, he cheated on me, like, a ton of times. So that was fun. I only found out about 2 of them, but then I found out later on there was, like, 10. So, fun for me. So, like, for my case, I would wanna get on his phone to, like, see who he was texting, what was happening, where he was going, and then we had our locations turned on, but then he would use it against me and be like, "I'm turning my location off because you pissed me off because you breathed." And so I was like, "Okay." So then I would get mad, and then I'll text his friends being like, "Where's he at?" And then I look crazy. Does that make sense? I look crazy. So, find you a person that you can be with that when you go on their phone, it's to add something to the grocery list and not to check to see who they're texting or see where they're at. Because yeah, it's too much. So that's why I'm like, it's a green flag if it's just for like cute stuff, just to make sure like my baby's okay.
Yeah, I think there's again levels to it because like if you're like demanding, I need your location because I need to know where you at 24/7, all that. That's a bit too much. But if this is just something that y'all do for your relationship to just know where you're at if you need to get someone for safety or just to like you
Yeah.
said, give little updates or like I'm at the store and I'm doing this. What do you need? Or I'm on my way
Heck
home.
yeah.
So can we do this? That's a good way to handle sharing your relationship. But I definitely think it's a like mutual thing and it's okay to not share your relationship if someone's like, I'm not ready to do that yet.
Yeah. If somebody's not ready to do it, don't do it. Don't feel pressured into doing it just because you feel like you're at the stage where you have to. But I'll be checking on my little Sims, seeing what they're all doing.
Yeah, as one does. All right, speaking of Sims, let's talk friends. Opposite sex friends. Red flag, green flag.
This was a tough one for me, honestly. Because, again, it was, like, one of those things that my first relationship wrecked a lot of things for me in the beginning of my, like, relationship journeys. He had sex with his best female friend, which, of course, ladies, like, we hear that always happening. It doesn't always happen, and that was something that I had to learn the long way. Ever since that first relationship, I was able to progress in understanding a female friend. It still took me some time when we first met to, like, be completely comfortable in that. I feel like my last relationship before you was the help that I needed a little bit because, like, he had a female best friend, and she was really sweet, so it, like, started to open me up to it. I would say the green flag with a female bestie is just meet them in person. Like, I feel like as women, we have a very good gut instinct when it comes to other women and intention, and so it's like, when I had first met my ex's female best friend, I didn't have a great feeling about her. I didn't like her, I'm not gonna lie. She was touchy on him, and they were very, playful. And I would see that and I was like, and I just had that gut feeling, but I didn't listen like an idiot. And then things happen. And then when it came to like other relationships after that, I would meet their like female friends and I could tell their intention. Like with your female friends, they were great because when I met your female friends, they were very much quick to want to be my friend. Just as much as like I would want to get to know them, they want to get to know me. So that was the difference. And that's kind of a switch that you can tell. If a female is there for the right intentions, they will show you the right intentions. And so I felt like with your friends, like when I was able to meet them, they were very warm and welcome to me. And there was only one I have told you not to talk to anymore. And it wasn't even technically like a friend of yours, it was your friend's ex
Yeah.
that was trying to get a little too close. And I already had that gut instinct when I found out she was wanting to take you out to lunch and do all that stuff. I said, "Nope, we're cutting that off right now." Because then I heard some things from your best female friend that was telling me her intentions were somewhere else too. So it like solidified what my fear was of her intentions. I trusted you though, because again, difference with my ex and you, like my ex was a cheater, you're not a cheater. And so for me, like I knew I could trust you and like you didn't know it was gonna go like you're thinking that she's just being nice, she's just being a friend. When seeing it from the outside looking in, I was like, oh no. That woman has a whole other intention playing into this that I'm not about to even entertain or deal with. And so, yeah, that it's a green flag because now I have new female friends that I love dearly. It's a red flag if you can tell that they're there for wrong intentions for sure.
Yeah, I know for me, I've always had a lot of female friends, but I think I've just not like gravitated toward it. I just feel like I've always been kind of like one of the girls.
You are one of the
I've
girls.
always been one of the girls. And it's not always like intentional, like I seek out female friends. I just feel like I find myself with female friends and kind of like looking after them and meeting you and like all of your girlfriends. Y'all kind of just like adopted me in. And that's just kind of the way that goes. So now I'm like everybody's husband, brother, cousin, whatever you want to call it. But I like to look out for my female friends, like make sure that they're all good and they're all treated well. And, what I do. But I definitely think, having because I do completely understand when people have that kinda, like, feeling in the beginning
Yeah.
because it's probably based off of your own personal experience with your
Mhm.
past, but I think, if you're able to, like, establish that boundary and, like, ease into it and, like, talk and, like you said, meet the best
Yeah.
friends, that's what makes it a lot easier because 'cause you're able to actually get that personal feeling and, you can trust your gut.
Yeah, I always just tell, like, when friends come up to me now and they're like, I have a guy that I'm seeing and like they have a female friend. Like, how did you do it? Because Marvin has so many. It's like I met them. And then I allowed my instinct to kick in from there. And if I saw anything wrong, I would have let you know. But I didn't see anything wrong with like your close friends. And I think also what kind of did low key help me in the beginning with that too, since I was still breaking that wall down, was that a lot of your female friends are with other significant others. Like one of them is with your best friend, another one is with your or one of them is engaged to somebody else that they met on Hinge or now married, but at the time they were, engaged and or even dating and stuff, but like they already were so established with their relationships that that kind of helped me a little bit to be like, okay, like they're in a relationship, or trying to get into a relationship, like the already right there, I'm like, "Okay, they are happy with their people, you're happy with where you're at with me." So, it was definitely easier to meet them at that point. If they were mostly single, I think I would have had a harder time.
Good thing all my girls got game.
They do, they do. But you have some that have been, like, in and out of relationships that are, like, really good friends that, like, I've been able to be around that I'm like again, meeting them, I'm like, "Oh, they're just a really, really good friend." And again, your friends have adopted me as like a friend too, just as much as my girls have got like taken you in. What it does suck for me low key is like I lost a lot of my male friends because of my ex. I don't know if I burned bridges. Like I'll still see them on social media and like be proud and happy for them. But it got to a point where like my ex and I were establishing like, okay, like because I don't trust you with females, you can't have any more female friends. But then he twisted it on me and he was like, well, then you can't have any male friends. Then I was like, "Well, if that's what it's gonna take for you to not freaking cheat on me," which, of course, again, didn't work. Um, I lost a good amount of my male friends because of that, but, I still root for them, and I still hope that they're doing well, but and I love my girlies that I all have, and they all love you.
All right, kinda keeping along with that, what if your partner doesn't like your best friend? Red flag, green flag.
That's a red flag. Because your best friend and this ties in kind of with, like, family too, like, those are the people that, like, give you influence, raised you, pour into your life, mentor you. Like, if you don't like my best friend, you're not gonna like me, like parts of me, because parts of me is being molded or shaped by the people that influence are around me. So if you're not crazy about the people that I surround myself with, then you're not gonna be crazy about me. So to me, that's a red flag.
Yeah, unless you genuinely see something in them that's, like, not good for your partner, then I would also say red flag. But like, if this is someone that I've already like established is so close into my life, I don't see a reason for you to like not like unless you guys just don't really get along, which
Right.
sometimes happens.
Sometimes that happens.
But like, if it's just I hate this girl or I hate this guy and da 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 da, then that's something to try to figure out because you definitely want your partner and your friends to like all get along and make
Yeah.
a big pot of friendship.
Oh my god, is that a Hannah Montana
It
quote? Yeah,
is.
it
You
is.
see there, this is why we work, guys.
Yeah, that was like I had a guy I was dating. I like told him that I wanted to meet like my friends, my family, and I was like, that's very important to me. And like he literally straight up told me he was like, "Yeah, if it's important to you, but I really don't care if they like me or not." I was like, "I'm sorry? Like, what?" He's like, "I don't care. Like, I'm not dating them, I'm dating you." I'm like, you're gonna be a part of their lives if this lasts." Which after that comment, it didn't last. We're here now. And that was such a huge thing for me. Like when he said that, oh, it irked me because I was like, if you're not gonna get along with the people that have literally made me who I am today, you're not gonna like me. Like just that comment, like, I don't have to like them. I can just like you. You won't like me if you don't like them. They are me. We are one.
You have it. Let's see. Even healthy couples fight. We have our moments. Sometimes she'd be
Mm.
beating my ass, guy.
Yeah. Okay. Flex real quick.
What, me?
Flex real quick.
What?
Just flex real quick.
I got nothing going on.
Flex real quick.
There's nothing going on here.
Sorry. Okay. Beat where?
So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Beat whose
she be
ass
pulling out
where?
like switches and belts and everything, guys. Don't let her fool
Switches
you.
is crazy, and you know I don't. You're gonna get me canceled one of these days because people are gonna think that is racist.
And stop being racist.
I'm not.
See there? On camera, guys. On camera. Get her. Get her.
You're terrible.
Oh my
You're a
God.
terrible person.
All right. So what about like public joking about private insecurities?
No,
Yeah, no.
that's such a red flag. How are you gonna talk about something? Okay, one, even private hanging out and private insecure joking about a private insecurity. My insecurities are my insecurities. They're not funny to me. That's what makes it an insecurity. So just joking about somebody's insecurities, period, is a big red flag for me.
Yeah, don't try to embarrass me to, get laughs or anything like that. But, I am someone who does not forgive and forget because I will hold a grudge and I can't not remember these things. So me personally, that would just like sit in the back of my mind every time I saw you. So yeah.
I didn't know you were a grudge holder.
Oh, some things I can absolutely hold a
You're a
grudge.
grudge holder? What do you hold a grudge against?
I mean, right now, nobody is in my life where I'm holding a grudge, but like
But like, do you not talk to certain people because of a grudge you still have like from years ago?
nothing I can think of.
Mm, that's crazy. I'm not really a grudge holder.
Oh, you better than me.
I There are certain people that yes, but like it's only a couple out of like so many that I could, but I just don't choose to. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's like as an example, I think we talked about on the podcast where I was like, if you ever say the N word, I couldn't be with you. And it's not just because you shouldn't be saying it, but like even if I were to be like, okay, you said it, you didn't mean it, blah, blah, blah. Like in the back of my mind, all I would think and hear and see is you saying it. So that's why I'm like, I couldn't be with you moving forward. So something like that. That's where I'm like little holding a grudge. Cause like in the back of my mind, it's kind of like people don't remember what you say. They remember how you make them feel. So like when it comes to me holding these grudges, it's me remembering the way I feel in those moments. Cause I can't just get over some things.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. So keeping scores in fights.
That's a red flag.
Yeah, no, don't bring up old stuff. Like we got to really be able to talk through these things in the moment instead of just like piling up so that now when we're fighting, you're like, well, what about this last week when you didn't do this? And you know?
Yeah, no, I feel like every fight is new when you start it, or like not fight, but like when you get into an argument and it turns into a fight. Once you start bringing up old stuff, that's when you know it's getting bad and it's getting ugly and it's just tit for tat and it's just attack instead of like solving the problem. Then it turns into like a blaming match. And so it like you try not to do that so you don't go into that.
Yeah, no. If you're able to like bring up something, oh, we gotta like stop and reset and really like figure out where we went wrong so that we can get back on the same path, handle one thing at a time.
Mhm.
All right. So let's say you mess up once and you take full ownership, but you don't make some changes. Green flag, red flag.
I mean, taking ownership is nice, but if you're not actually putting in the effort to try to change the problem, then it's kind of a red flag. Like, you could tell me all you want, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't do this and that and the other," and then you go and do it again. I'm still gonna be pissed. So, as long as, like, the changes are physically like, I can see that, like, you're attempting to try to do better and not just telling me, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then continue to do the same old thing. Yeah, it's definitely a red flag.
Yeah. What do they say? Doing the same thing and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. So, like, you can definitely mess up one time and, we can talk through it if you take full ownership and all that. But if you're like constantly doing the same things and messing up over those, then yeah, that's a deeper problem we got to be able to figure out because that is a red flag. All right. So, the last stop is going to be money. Money is definitely, a tough conversation to have. So, let's get into it. All right, so one partner handles all the bills. Is that efficient or risky?
I feel like low key that's me right now. I don't think I handle all of them though.
No, I know there's things that I handle, like I take care of the internet, the utilities.
Yeah,
I think all of our streamings and stuff. But I know, like,
I handle like the car
yeah,
insurance and the renter's insurance and like that stuff. Like I think I handle like the bigger stuff. Other than I think our apartment is on like auto pull, I think.
no, it's not.
JK, you're our auto pull. Cool, thank you.
Took it off or something, but I just haven't put it back on. I gotta like look back into it.
Yeah,
But I know things like that. It's not a bad thing for one person to take care of it. Like maybe someone's just better with money. And
yeah.
in the beginning of our relationship, that definitely was you. I know I'm a lot better with money now, but I know
Mhm.
things are just like on auto and they just like come out. But we're making sure that the money is there and moved where it needs to be moved.
Yeah, I feel like if it's only on one person after a certain amount of time, it can start to get a little risky because then, like, you can start to get overwhelmed and, like, sometimes I feel like bills can get forgotten or misplaced or whatever, sometimes that can just happen. So, like, I know for me, I've always been a budgeter. Like, my parents have always taught me, but I mean, my mom works in financial aid at a college. Like, so I was taught by her how to kind of do all that kind of stuff. And like, even you'd seen, like, when we were getting a new car, I sat down and I literally wrote out, like, every single bill that we're paying off right now and how much we are making a year to see if we could even afford to get a new car, and because that's how my mind works, like, I need to physically see where it's gonna fit so that I know it fits. Because then if it don't fit, we ain't putting it in there.
Jesus.
My god, I keep saying such bad innuendos, and that one wasn't even on purpose. That's what she said.
Oh
Ugh.
my God. I definitely think everybody has their dynamics that work. So if there is someone who's really great with bills and making sure things are paid and that works for you,
Yeah.
then for sure go ahead and do
'Cause
that.
I think that's my parents.
Yeah.
I
But if
literally
the,
think my mother handles every single bill with
I
my
feel like
dad.
it's usually the women who make sure bills are paid.
Well, because I'm sorry, but women are, I think, more efficient with money.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I know, like I said, for me, I'm better with it now, but
You
like
are
I
better with it
don't
now.
want to really handle everything. I handle what I handle. But I definitely think if I don't want to say this.
Mm, they
There's nothing bad, but like
oh,
let's say the Jetsons, like in the beginning, like opening credits thing where like the dad's like trying to hand the mom like, oh, here's like $20 and she takes the whole wallet. I know if there's like you're trying to control your partner and be like, you're not good with money, so you don't get to have this or da 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 da. That's definitely a red flag. But like
yeah.
being able to, figure out your budgets together, like we have an
Yeah.
allowance, and being able to like stay within that is what keeps us going. Like, we still have like groceries and stuff taken care of. But if there's little things that we want, we have our allowance. And if there's not
Mhm,
enough money in the allowance, we have like conversations about like, hey, I don't have as much in the allowance, but this is something that I was like kind of interested in. And
mhm.
then we go from there because I don't think there's ever been a no, we can't buy this because we don't have money.
Yeah, there's
Thanks
always
to
been
budgeting.
or like if it is a no, it's just a no, not right now.
Yeah.
It's like put that on the back burner, get to it when we get to it. Um, it definitely can be a red flag if it's somebody trying to trap you. I have heard of situations like within my friends where it's like guys are like, when we're together, don't worry about a thing. Don't work. Don't do this. Don't do that because I'm going to cover it. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to pay for this. I'm going to pay for that for you. Now, thankfully, all of my girls are daddies and they don't fall for that. And none of them have actually like went through with that. They all have their own jobs. They're all very smart. They're all very creative, all very talented. And so, but I have heard of cases where women will lead into that and be like, okay, yeah, he's gonna like keep me safe and I don't have to work anymore and I'm fine. And then they break up. Now you've been out of a job for 3 years. You got probably 2 kids and you probably signed a prenup or something. And so now you're kind of screwed. So it's like things like that can happen. Don't fall into that. If a guy's trying to tell you, don't worry about not working, have something on the side at least have some sort of a trade, some sort of a degree, something. I'm a trade. Well, I'm a
Okay.
trade and I'm a trade. I have a trade. Have my license in nails and, I always have that like going for me and I do it fluently currently as my full-time job. But, if I ever had a situation where you were like, oh, you don't have to work, I would still do nails. Like maybe I'd pull back a little bit, but I would still do nails just to make sure that I have that craft and have that trade and have the talent and the security of like a job. But I know you wouldn't leave me. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, no, of course. But it's funny you bring that up because our grand finale, prenups, red flag, green flag.
I would not sign a prenup. The prenup is where if you sign it, you don't get half, right?
Well, you're just trying to take me for half, guys. It's not always you get half. I think there's stipulations in prenups where you like have agreements where it's not like you get half of everything. It's like you get this if this happens. Because I think what was it, Tiana Taylor, where it was like if you cheat on me, you don't get nothing. So I think there's like levels to prenups.
There's levels of prenups. We didn't sign one though.
No, we did not. I didn't care either way, but I definitely do see the benefits of them, protecting yourself, your assets, and your partners. So it's like you take what you came in with, I take what I came in with.
Mm.
And if there's anything that we like bought together, we'll like divide that up.
We're not gonna get a divorce or anything, but like if something were to happen and you cheated on me or like we just fall out of it, I'm just gonna be left with what? Just what I came in with, and that's it. And then I go home and I do my thing and I leave with what I came home with. No, I'm gonna get something out of it.
Oh my God. So let's say you cheat on me. You gonna try to take me for half my money too?
Well, if I was a dirty pig, yes. But I'm not a dirty pig. People who cheat are like, yeah, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna have a new person and I'm gonna take your money. I'm not one of those people.
All right, guys. If I end up with nothing, y'all know why.
Wow. I would not make sure you ended up with nothing. I would just make sure that everything was divided as evenly as possible put into this. Like you would have the couch. This was your couch. I would have my dining room table because that was my dining room table. You would have the bed in there. I would have the bed from in there. We would do all that stuff. But I put a lot of work into this marriage. I put a lot of work into helping you emotionally and mentally.
Help me most.
Hmm.
Save you in the streets.
I saved you from the streets.
I wasn't for the streets.
I was out of the streets by the time you came in my life.
Hey, you was looking to get on the streets
I was not looking to go on the streets. I was looking to switch sides if I wasn't having a good time with men.
because that would have worked out.
No, it would not have. Very quickly realized that's not my lane.
You are not the lesbian in this family.
No, I am not the lesbian in this family. Hey, Heather. She
She
wanted a
asked for a
shout.
shout out.
Oh my God. No, I do. All jokes aside, though, I do feel like if you were to sign a prenup, make sure you read that very carefully and make sure that everything is exactly how like you would hope that it would come out on your end. Cause I know divorces can get really messy and very emotional. A lot of emotions play into it. So that's the fear is like whether you sign it or you don't sign it, how far are the emotions going to play into how you're going to react when certain things come up. So that's where I'm like, if you sign it, just be cautious.
Yeah, and I think we can end on that note, but as a little blanket statement, we are not therapists or anything like that. So, all of this is for shits and gigs. This is all comedy.
I
So,
am a therapist. I'm a nail tech.
Guys, she is not a therapist. You can come get your nails done, but you do not have to take our advice, and don't blame anything that goes wrong on us. Don't sue us. We ain't got no money. Literally everything we've got goes into these pets that are driving me crazy.
Yep.
That's about it. But yeah, I would say all hearts are clear.
Are they?
I feel like it.
You
I ain't
seem
got
like you didn't like my last answer.
that was crazy, woman. She's gonna take me for half of my money,
Like
guys.
we're gonna get divorced?
We're not, but if
Thank
we ever
you.
were,
We
apparently
weren't.
I am gonna be on the street,
I would have been,
homeless
and where would have I
again
been?
in Ohio. Obviously, you would have gone to. If we get divorced, you were obviously going to Ohio.
You would be with your mama. You'd be fine.
You think I would go to Jacksonville if we got divorced?
Maybe.
No,
You also have the Walshes. Your granddad has your great grandparents' old place.
I wouldn't be homeless, but
You'd be fine.
you say so.
You would be fine. You have so many. You got Alan as well, your other lover. He's right there.
Yeah, but he's also about to get married and have kids.
He is about to get married. Oh, I'm so excited.
All right, guys. We will catch y'all in 2 weeks. Just so you guys know, in 2 weeks, that will be the season finale of season 1. Whole season done, guys. Very proud of us all. Couldn't have done it without you. So, till then, Rachel, where can the people find you? Did I catch you off guard with the thing that I ask you every episode?
No, it didn't catch me off guard. It didn't come out. I'm dyslexic. I'm sorry. But I'm all fluffy now. The people can find me at, see that unravel? People can find me on Instagram at rosegold_Ray, RAE, or you can find me on my nail page. Look at that one. You see how sparkly? What was I saying? Oh, my nail page is at nails by Rachel W, RACHAEL. Or you can find me on TikTok and it's just Rose Gold Ray.
God,
Did you get all that?
That was a struggle. Let's see if I can get us out of here. You guys can find me at Marvin_Martian10. Martian is spelled MARTIAN, the number 10. Make sure you follow the show on Instagram and TikTok, both at Meant to Be Pod. That's MEANT, the number 2, BEPOD. And of course, email us at meanttobepod@gmail.com. Gmail. All right. So see you guys in 2 weeks for the season finale. I've got something fun planned. Rachel has no idea. She shows up to these just ready to go, but I will have to let you in on this next one so you can prepare.
Oh, yay.
There we go. All right. See you guys in 2 weeks. Till then, keep it real. Keep it going. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.